Morning, everybody. We're going to be working on Blue Devil's 2000 shopping spree this morning. And before we do that, we're going to stretch and massage. Before we do that, we're going to play through some MORRISpree again, kind of review that. And before we do that, we're going to get motivated by one and only Shia LaBeouf. Here we go. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream success. Well, you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You point where anyone else would quit. And you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Shia LaBeouf. Look at that flex. We're totally ready to go. Good morning, Zeke. How you doing? Why do you recite the Shia LaBeouf every morning? It's because it gets me motivated. It just makes me just want to play my best through all these chop exercises. You know. That's what all the greats do. The actual reason is because I think it's hilarious and it just puts me in a goofy mindset, and I want to remind myself, like as a cue, that when I get on stream, not take life too seriously and just kind of have fun with it. So even though I'm here like answering questions and like trying to help people out, like I'm just also trying to have fun and show, hey, you know, you can like enjoy life. Weird concept. Let's warm up with MORRISpree. We're going to do this 90 to... Are you going to work now? Maybe. Yeah, so Streamlabs, for whatever reason, like just crashes with my mixer. And it just like freezes the audio. So cool. Looks like we're back. Hopefully that answered your question before, you know, it crashed the audio. Nice, nice, nice. Happens every now and then. All right, anyways, so what I was saying is we're going to be playing through MORRISpree. We're going to warm up with this. Do it at 90. Hopefully the audio works. Stay tuned. The answer is no. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. All right, let's try this. Let's try that. Nothing. Nice. What about this? There we go. Okay. Technology. It's great when it works. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Okay, so anyways, now that the play along's working, let's go back again. Press at 90. Tell a friend. Warming up. Cool. The fact that we learned this a couple days ago, not bad. Still not comfortable yet. Nice. Cool, 2 more reps, then we'll stretch and massage, and then we'll do 2,000 shopping spree for Blue Devils. It's an interesting one. All right, last rep. Yeah, so the 2001 goes 3, 4, 5 for the timing, or the groupings rather. It's interesting. Stretch massage, and then we'll get back to this. Again, this play along is scheduled to release publicly in November. We've got a new play along releasing daily. You can find that here in the home tab of my YouTube under the drumming content. We also got gaming stuff, computer science stuff, but you just click on the drumming one, and then it just shows you only the drumming content, but it's underneath the chop exercises. Or if you go up to that link, which is my website, /drum. Then that takes you to this page, and it's at the top, right there. Now, again, this is members first at the moment. It's just early access because I've got 157 videos currently scheduled to release every day between now and forever from now. So you can find a play-along of my stream on Tuesday when I first learned how to play this, from 40 to 80 beats a minute. So if you go all the way down to the tips section, it's right in here underneath the live stream drum practice sessions. And you just go to the one that says Learning MORRISpree, and that allows you to play along to it at 40 beats a minute, which we'll do with Blue Devil's 2000 shopping spree here in a minute. But first, we got to stretch and massage because we are not warmed up all the way yet. Hold your sticks, palms facing up. Pull in, push out. Whoo-wee. It feels good. And Johnny, thank you for the follow on TalkTick. Appreciate it. And then we go back. If you do traditional rotate and hold there, that feels good. Rotate and hold there. That doesn't feel as good. I don't do that anymore. Now we're gonna do underside of the forearms, stretch in that way. You could do it like I did yesterday, like this. Or you could do it on the wall. That's how I'll do it today. So the lower you go, the deeper the stretch. Don't put all your weight into it. Yeah. Sweet. Now we're going to do the top side like this. or like this, or on your legs. But I'm going to do it higher on the wall. It makes it so it's a deeper stretch, but again, don't put all your weight into it. Okay. Thumb to thumb. Just trying to get the hands nice and relaxed. That feels good. I knew that I would. Welcome to the ASMR stretching stream. We're doing yoga with Jared. Finger yoga. I think it was Murray Gussick who came up with the idea of finger yoga. Ooh, ASMR again. No? Okay. Now we're going to massage. Pretty sure it was a tap space thing with Murray. Maybe it was Bill Bachman. I forget. One of those two. Both of them had like a sense of humor in their books that they sold. Or like in Bill's case, like his DVDs. He would like each instructional moment, he'd be in like a new location. He'd be like up in a tree or like in a cardboard box or like whatever. He'd just be in completely different spots. And then like Murray would have like a page. I might actually have it right here. So I can't find which specific book it is because I've literally got like 100 different percussion method books and whatnot. But one of his books, he's like, this page left intentionally with a cat staring at you. And it's just like a little picture of a cat. It's just like, wait, what? It's so random. It's good though. I appreciate that sense of humor. Kind of like the starting with the Shia LaBeouf motivational thing. Like, why? Why not? It puts me in the right mindset. All right, so we're just massaging the palm here. We'll massage the fingers, and then we will learn 2000 Chop and Spree from Blue Devils. It's an oldie but a goodie. This one's also currently members first, early access. It will release publicly in November. We've got 157 videos releasing every day between now and whenever that ends. 157 days from now. So stay tuned for more. Plenty of content. Lots of technique stuff. We're finally over 100 technique exercises. We've got over 50 chop exercises. Almost 1,000 grid variations. 55 charts for drum kit. Blah, 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 blah. All sorts of stuff. All of that's linked at the top of the screen. And there's 56 drumming tips videos. There's like 7 hours of drumming tips from these streams and whatnot. But anyways, okay, so this one, we'll play through this from 40 probably to 80, maybe 90 if we're lucky, but we'll see. So we're going to learn this one from the very beginning. Normally, you could just jump to whatever BPM you want by going in the timestamps and then pick whatever BPM you want to start practicing at, but I don't know this one anymore. I learned it many years ago. So we will try and learn it again by just playing through it slowly speeding it up. Such a slow tap off. 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 3, 4, 5 pattern, which is interesting. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Now it's a 5 into a 3 into a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we tap off again, okay? Weird patterns going from the 3s to the 4s to the 5s. And then there's that one measure where we have 5, 3, 4. Whoops, spelled that wrong. Perfect. Screwed up the sticking there. Three, 4, 5. 3 pattern. 4 patterned. 3, 4. Triplet, triplet. Cool, we made it. Success. However fast you can play it. I forget how fast I play it in the lot. Way faster than this. But we're learning this. Literally sight reading. Because I don't have it memorized. So every rep I'm playing, I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, when they played in the lot, they're like... etc. But we're trying to learn it. Can't play it fast yet. No! Look down. Thought I had that memorized. Gotta focus. Do the frame sticks behind me have a story? Yeah, they do, actually. I'll tell you the story after this rep. It'll be on a little break here. It's 2 stories. Good. Thank you for asking. How are you? Welcome back again. I don't want to do all those shots because it'll just eat up my sticks. Okay, so yeah. Here. Let me show you. Oh, right. So I attached it because they were like falling too much, so I'll just have to point. So the sticks at the top of the screen are some Skojos. Back when I marched in high school, the one at the very top is like a sliver of a stick all the way to the bead. And the reason why is because I was playing with it and it just kept like falling apart, just chunks flying everywhere. And so I was just doing like rim shots just to try and like completely finish it off. And it just like would not break. It would just like flop every time I hit the rim, keep hitting. Nothing would happen to it. It was like indestructible. So I thought it was hilarious, but it's just like, it's a little angled right here, but you have like your normal stick and it's like half the like width of it, like from here to here, and then it's got the bead. So that one I just thought was funny. But the second one is our pair of tom floats. So we were using Skojos one year in high school, but then the tom float sticks we were also using in high school. And so I was at Disneyland and I had my drum pad in my backpack with some tom float sticks because, you know, never miss an opportunity to practice. Like when you're in line, don't do that. It annoyed people. But, you know, when I was in high school, I didn't really think about that. Lesson learned. So those sticks I had in my backpack, and we were like walking around Tomorrowland, and we saw this like group of 3 drummers. They were playing on the trash cans and just doing some stuff and just like having fun. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And so they finished the thing, and we just like went up and did the like handshake, tom float handshake. And I was like talking to him, and the guy has a name tag that says Tom, and he's like, yeah, I used to teach Blue Devils, and was just like talking for a little bit. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And like walk away, and I'm like, wait. Tom, older gentleman, taught Blue Devils. So I ran back and I was like, are you Tom Float? He's like, yeah, I am. And so because we had his sticks in my backpack, he signed his sticks as well as Mike Longhorns and Dave Bradford, who were the other 2 people who were there with him. And so those are signed Tom Float sticks by Tom Float. But yeah, that's the story behind those 2 sticks that are behind me. So, yeah. Now I use Hardeman hammers. So I got him to sign a Evans Head poster where like he's like a genie coming out of like a drum, like promoting the Evans Head or whatever. But those are the 3 different types of sticks that I mainly use, and now I just like exclusively use these Hardeman hammers, which are like the chopsticks and whatnot. But anyways, good question. They did have meaning. I need to frame my like Academy uniform. We're able to buy it. Oh, DMX, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be doing some gaming streams here in like an hour. Today we're learning Blue Devils shopping spree. I mean, what are the odds that I just happen to have the Tom float sticks in my backpack? It's like, what? At Disneyland, of all places to meet Tom float. He's very nice. I think he passed like last year. Huge impact on the marching community. This talking is really messing me up. I'm sorry, I failed you. It's okay, you can unsub now. I understand, I made a mistake. That's not allowed on the internet when you're a drummer. Nope, nope, nope. No mistakes allowed. That last, like, line, the very first measure is a little weird. This is a fun one. I prefer MORRISpree over this one, but I enjoy the spree. There's some interesting parts to it. Like that second to last line, the last measure, with the flams that go from the left to the right. That's cool. I forget what other spree they did that had that. Maybe it's 97? I haven't played that one in forever. It's in Scott Johnson's Blue Devil's Book of Drumming. Which I have on the shelf behind the cameras. It's very worn in. And unfortunately, I don't think they sell it anymore. Couldn't find it anywhere. So on that last one, I'm just counting the right hand. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and on the third note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Gravity check. It still works. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. You gotta test it. Oh, it scratched it. Darn. Scratched it good. Wah. Wick. I started playing the wrong exercise. Started playing 5-4 shopping spree. Which is a great shopping spree. It's weird how it ends with a like 6/8 basically at the end. Thank you for the engagement on YouTube. Appreciate it. This spree is currently early access for members. We've got a new exercise releasing every day between now and 157 days from now, with more to come. But there's over 1,000 free play-alongs in the drumming playlist in my home tab. And several hours of drumming tips. Or if you go to the link that's at the top of the screen, it's easier to organize on the website. All the chop, technique, grid variations, etc. Nice! Here we go, again. We're going to try and get it to 80 today. Three, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeps that pattern throughout most of the exercise. 3, 4, 5. Three, 4, 5. Five, 3, oops, 4. I need to make sure that I'm up on those shots, so I'm not stopping down low, etc. That will be bad when I get faster. Okay, let's get some water. This time without testing gravity. We already checked it. It still works. ASMR. Enjoy. Here we go. 55 to 60. Let's do it. If this is too slow for you, the description has timestamps. You can jump to whatever BPM you want, up to 200. Whoopsies. moves. So I'm trying to memorize it, and I chopped off the eighth notes in between those threes. I thought I was on the second set. Nope. Don't know what happened there. It was a ghost. Possessed my hands for a moment. They're not very good at drumming. They need to work it up slower than 56. Yeah, so this exercise is really interesting with the breakdown of it. So let's just kind of talk about it without me playing to screw it up. So the patterns that we have here are 3, 4, 5. That kind of counting up continues. So you play 3 notes, 4 notes, 5 notes. You do the same thing with a drag, that's 4-note drag, and then a float drag, which is a 5-note drag. Then you do check again, 3, 4, 5. And then you do a cheese version of the same thing. So cheese, that's 3. Cheese, that's 4, and a cheese, that's 5. Technically, this is a float cheese into that. 3, 4, 5 for the check again. This is kind of like an upbeat flam 5, but for whatever reason, there were no grace notes on there. So I don't know why they didn't have a grace note for this, because normally you go drag cheese 5 for shopping sprees, but for whatever reason, they don't have it here. Then we go into invert, paradiddle diddle, going down dynamic-wise. And then back up for 16th notes, 4 of them. So we have paradiddle diddle, 1 to 2. Into a little triplet here. And then we go 3, 4, 5 again. But this time it's off the left. So 3, 4, 5 right here. And then we go into diddle, grace note. This is kind of like a book report, except it's missing the diddle on the last note. So it's a 4-note grouping. Diddle, tap, chudda. You do it again off the left with an extra diddle right there. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. And then right here, we have same idea, except lower on the left. So it's kind of like a Chicago, but you're missing like 2 of the grace notes. A right-hand tap into a flam. Basically, right here is a Swiss without the grace note into a Swiss with the grace note. Rim shot, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, 6-tuplet worth of accents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left tap. And then it changes the pattern up right here. So we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into a 3, into a 4. So it's not like it's going backwards like 5, 4, 3. We have 5, 3, 4. And then we have chutichuh, kind of like a Chicago, just missing a note here, into that little upbeat right there. And this part's cool. So it's like playing grace notes that move down and up, but you start off the left. Last line. So we have invert, cheese, upbeat. So invert, cheese, that's low, into an upbeat. Paradiddle, 3, 3, shot tap, 3, 3, shot tap, shot, 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 shot. And then count with the right hand, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. End on the 6th note. 1, 2, 3, like that. That's the whole exercise, like broken down into a nutshell. And we'll continue to play this some more in a moment. But I just want to show you where you can actually find this. For those of you who are on YouTube, you don't have to go to the link at the top of the screen if you don't want to. But underneath my home tab, because I have literally thousands of videos, I've got drumming, gaming, computer science stuff, neatly organized here. Just click on the header, and then boom, it just shows you this. Now, this chop exercise playlist has a bunch of exercises that are scheduled to release. Same thing with the technique ones and the grid variations, etc. All of the ones that say members first are scheduled to come out publicly. Like MORRISpree that I was playing earlier is coming out like November 17th or something like this. This Blue Devil Shopping Spree is coming out, I think, on November 23rd. So it's members first. But the 99 one is currently available, and all these other ones that don't say member first are currently available. But these are coming out in the future. So stay tuned for plenty more. We've got 157 videos that are currently scheduled for release, a new one every single day. So you can find them there. Or if you go to the link that is at the top of the screen, then everything is just neater in terms of its organization. This is my favorite way to find it all, because here's all the chop stuff right here. Scroll down a little bit. Here's all the limb independence stuff for timing exercises. Here are all the limb independence charts. There's 55 of them. Here's all the grid variations. There's 358. Here's all the 16th note grid variations. There's 489. Here's all the technique ones. There's 114. Scroll down. There's 163 marching bass exercises. Down here, this has 7 hours worth of drumming tips just in this playlist alone. 7 hours. Stuff that I've literally paid hundreds of dollars an hour at times, depending on who I was getting the lesson from, to learn how to do. For free for you. And if you want the early access to it, cool, you can do that. But again, they're all scheduled to release publicly in the future. So you don't have to pay for any of this. I don't want you to have to pay for stuff. But these play-alongs, like this triplet one, goes from 40 to 200 beats a minute. Way faster than what I can read this at. But we're at 57. Just click on the timestamp and it'll tap you off like that. Here we go. I like that idea. I like snare breaks. I haven't learned a snare break in a while, though. But hopefully that breakdown like helps you to figure out how you can like take these exercises apart and find the groupings of rudiments and then go, oh, that's what's going on with the phrasing. I wonder if Vic Firth will release the sheets for it. There's it's like r/drumline sheets or something like that on Reddit. They have a bunch of transcriptions. Also, freestyle rudiments on YouTube. Freestyle rudiments. It has a ton of like snare breaks and stuff. Oops. Read it wrong. So he might come out with something soon. Man, it's hard to talk. I don't know this exercise. I went too far. Fired. Unsub. I'm sorry. Went to 0 subs overnight. yes, I actually do have some suggestions, and I'll share them in a moment. Okay, so there's two issues to work on with speeding up paradiddles. One is a mental framing of it, and then the other thing is like a hand issue. So most people focus on the hand issue, but the one that gives the most return on your investment, like the quickest like ROI, is reframing it. So instead of thinking of paradiddle as paradiddle, paradiddle, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, your brain is going to slow down at some point, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, where you're not able to think about it. So what I'm doing when I get faster is I'm thinking right, left, 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 etc. So I'm thinking of the 4-note groupings rather than paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Same thing for paradiddle diddle. I'm thinking of paradiddle diddle as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as something like that. Okay, so that's the framing thing. Retrain your brain to think of the chunk of rudiment rather than the individual notes, and that'll make it so you can play any rudiment faster because you're thinking of one group rather than a series of individual notes inside of that. Okay, the second thing that I recommend for hand issues, which might not be your issue, it might just be the framing thing. If you fix that, then you might play like twice as fast as you currently are. But for hand issues, since on YouTube, if you go to the home tab on here in a minute, underneath the technique exercises, there is 114 exercises in here. But if you scroll down, there's a bunch of really good stuff in here to work on. Like the one that released today is a flam drag builder. I highly recommend working on that one. But past all of this stuff, inside of these like builders and whatnot, right below it is paradiddle zoom zoom. My wife named it. I think it's hilarious. But this exercise is a great way to work on your paradiddles. So what you're doing basically is you're playing accents, and then you're breaking down the paradiddle, and then you play the actual paradiddle, and then you go back into accents, and the second part is the first half of the paradiddle, followed by paradiddles on measure 3. Okay, so we have 4 notes for our paradiddle here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first part of this gets rid of this one. So you're going 1, 3, 4. Then you play your normal paradiddle. Okay, so for the next part, when you're playing this, you just get rid of the last note and you're just playing the first 3. So this was an exercise that I learned from Vern Johnson, who was the tenor soloist in Blast, like who did all the crossovers and singles stuff. And he was a tenor tech for Cadets as well as like some other places. So he helped me speed up rudiments by figuring out how to not just like play it on one hand, but to also isolate out the rudiments. So you're, instead of playing paradiddle, paradiddle, you're working on specifically that last half of the exercise. Okay, well, that sounds better. It's faster. Now work on the first half of that rudiment, not exercise. So you do it with the first part of the paradiddles, which is the herta. You'll never be able to play your paradiddle faster than you can play those isolated parts. So in this case, like measure 2, the fastest that you can play your measure 2, you'll never be able to play a paradiddle faster. Same thing for right here, which is the first half of it. The fastest you can play these hertas, this is the fastest that you can play your paradiddle. So this exercise, again, is called paradiddle zoom zoom, and it is a great way to work on your paradiddles. But there's also, in this playlist, this paradiddle diddle zoom zoom. There's a lot of interesting stuff. Like this one has a Swiss check. There's like literally over 100 exercises in here. And again, all the ones that say members first are going to come out publicly. Every single one of these will be for free at some point. I just have so many of them scheduled that I was like, well, might as well make it so early access for people who want it. So that again can be found here underneath the drumming content, underneath technique, Or if you go to the link that is at the top of the screen, /drum on my website, all the way down into the technique section, it's underneath the rudiment zoom zooms is where you can find that. Good question, though. All right, let's continue. You're very welcome. Feel free to stop by in future streams, ask some questions. But there's literally over 1,000 free play-alongs for you. All of these drum practice streams, I keep them up, show you how I practice. Plenty more to come. Actually, let's see. So I usually try and keep these drum streams to about an hour. I'm going to chop out now. We'll come back to this on Tuesday because tomorrow is a drum kit stream. So we'll resume. We'll pick up at 60 beats a minute, and we'll continue to speed this one up. This is a good one, but I want to make sure that I end on time so I can get into the Spider-Man stream, and then end that on time so I can work on some other stuff. What's my favorite show? Ooh. So Boston a couple years ago was, their lot was just like so tasty. I don't know. There's so many good groups and so many people playing some cool stuff. If you haven't seen it, this is a really old school one, but Cadets 2000 Drum Break. We played that when I marched Academy, so like I was one of the snare soloists. For that particular drum break, but the tenors had like playing behind their back and like running around, and it's such a cool little break in there. If you haven't seen Cadets 2000, I highly recommend it. Let's see, what's another one? So probably my favorite lot to see in person was SCV 2004. Their technique was so relaxed. They had the triangle fulcrum, and they were playing like Scheherazade. And woo, the like sound quality, like just their taps was just like, you could hear it from like a mile away. It was so good. Phenomenal exercise, or phenomenal show. This year, I haven't seen any shows. I've seen lot clips, lots of lot clips and whatnot. And I haven't really figured out who I like the most. SCV is like throwing down this year. Clean as usual, but they're like playing really fast. Blue Devils will be great when they clean up some stuff. Crown was interesting. Like their book that I saw was kind of weird at first, and then I was like, oh, okay, I can get into this. Coats are always like doing great these last several years. They've been doing good. Boston's doing good as well. Let's see, who else have I seen that was interesting? I wasn't honestly a huge fan of Cavies last year. Like, they played clean, but it just wasn't an interesting show, in my opinion. No offense to the writers. Maybe it sounds cool with the rest of the group, but like in the lot, I was like, nah. And I prefer the lot clip so I can actually hear all the interior notes and whatnot. But let's chop out. Let's play what? You're loving the Troopers? I haven't seen them yet. There's a couple of groups that YouTube channels that I follow that have lot clips, so I'll have to check them out. But Troopers have been getting good. They're a good group now. Let's actually play chug. So there's several different chug variations in this particular playlist. So I'm going to chop out with one of my favorite variations, which is cheese chutichuh and cheese inverts. Woo, that's quick. Okay, so timestamp, as always. This one goes as slow as 20 beats a minute or as fast as 160. If you can play it at 160, show me the clip. That would be impressive. Just exercise the demon. I feel much better now. Let's go faster. We're going to try and find the breaking point for funsies, for scientific purposes. You can also play the last line as a paradiddles for the accents. So the cheese image you turn into paradiddle, paradiddle. So I'll do that this rep. Paradiddle, paradiddle. My hands are too tired. That's the breaking point for today. That's okay. That's okay. By the way, the sticks that I'm using, if you scroll all the way down to the tips section, this part is like books and gear I recommend. So here's some drum kit books. Rudimental, blah, 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 blah. Here's the pads I'm using. But the sticks I'm using for these streams are the Hardeman hammers. They're extra heavy chopsticks. So they're like 44% heavier, but they are great for working on endurance chops, speeding up your hands, etc. Highly recommend them, 10 out of 10. Most of these links are affiliate links, so if you use them, it helps me out. I get like 4% back from Amazon, roughly speaking. But I'm going to tear this thing down and get ready for some Spider-Man 2. So stay tuned for that stream. And again, if you enjoy this content, it's free. Just share it with somebody else. That's all I ask. Or just use the play-alongs. That helps me out. I make pennies on the AdSense. Sprinkle the pennies into my bank account. Although I haven't been paid yet from YouTube. You have to earn $100. We'll get there. Give it time. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I hope you enjoy this free content. Feel free to come by in future streams, ask some more questions, and I hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. Goodbye.